Kent variant could take over global warns experts. Sign up for now and never miss the top politics stories again. Subscribe. When you subscribe, we will use the information you provide to send you these newsletters. Sometimes they'll include recommendations for other related newsletters or services. Our privacy notice explains more about how we use your data and your rights. You can unsubscribe at any. Professor Greg Towers spoke with LBC's Tom Swarbrick about COVID-19 and how the newly discovered variants work and adapt. Professor Towers agreed with Executive Director of the COVID-19 Consortium, Professor Sharon Peacock, that the Kent variant could sweep the world as its genetic makeup continues to. Professor Towers also answered questions about why the mutation happened in Kent, how vaccines will now adapt, and what specifically has changed to the. LBC presenter Tom Swarbrick asked Prague Towers whether he agreed with Professor Peacock's assessment that the Kent variant could sweep the UCL academic said, "Absolutely, it could. There are other variants which appear to also be more transmissible, the South African variant for example, and more variant." Professor Towers added that pharmaceutical companies would be prepared to tackle the new variants by editing their vaccine. Professor Peacock warned that the Kent variant has the potential to sweep the world as the strain has been found in over 50 countries. She also warned that her team would spend the next 10 years sequencing COVID-19 and its mutation. Mr. Swarbrick then asked Professor Towers, why this particular variant and why is it causing so much trouble, which means it could spread across the globe. The UCL academic replied, "Well, this a new virus, COVID-19, and it is slowly adapting more to humans, so it is becoming more transmissible. This particular variant, which has evolved in the UK, seems to be particularly good at transmitting, and therefore it is getting an advantage over microorganisms." Kent variant concerning, says Neil Ferguson. Mr. Swarbrick then asked specifically what was that has changed in the Kent variant which made it more. Professor Towers said scientists were researching it and were starting to find the spike proteins of the virus has changed, which allows it to enter human cells easy. The professor also explained that viruses would always be evolving to become more deadly or more infectious and would not evolve to be safer. Viruses, however, do reach a peak in evolving, which Professor Towers says that COVID-19 has not reached. Don't miss trending. Mr. Swarbrick was also curious as to why the virus evolved specifically in Kent, with Professor Towers explaining it was completely by chance, and because the UK has sequenced much of COVID-19, it is likely for us to find more variants before other countries. It comes as the South Africa variant also continues to spread across the world as vaccine efficacy falls against it. The UK also recently added a Bristol variant to its cause for concern list, as around 50 cases were found to have an E484K spike protein mutation. The UK vaccination program creeps closer to its 15 million inoculation target, with over 13.5 million people vaccinated so far. Weekly vaccinations average around 2 million as the government is expected to hit its target by next. Wales confirmed it has offered a vaccine to the top 4 priority groups, made up of over 70s, care home and health workers and clinically vulnerable